FEBE3. I'm Lee Colson. I'm director of the NEO LaunchNet here on the campus, also full-time faculty. And FEBE3 is a combination of three entities on our campus: SBDC, Glide, and NEO LaunchNet. We all have come together and worked very hard to pull this off. We're now into our fourth year. We've been sponsored by Dunkin' Donuts for all 4 years, so we're really proud of that they believe in us and that they continue to sponsor us. Before I introduce our speaker, I would like to just draw your attention to my left to your right, the new FEBE3 signage that we have come up with. And also on your table are our new cards. It highlights both FEBE morning and FEBE evening, so that take one, keep it in your wallet, reach out to friends and acquaintances to encourage them to come and stop by. We also will periodically have students coming in, and if you can, reach out to them when they identify themselves to encourage them that FEBE3 can be helpful and educational for them. And lastly, I will not be able to close out today's FEBE because I have a conference call that I have to be on. But I just want to remind you that, and Becky, I know, will remind you of FEBE evening tonight. We'll be right here in the room for those of you who are close. Please come back. We will have refreshments sponsored by Jimmy John's. It will be from 5:30 to 6:30 here in the room, and the topic will be a panel of seasonal entrepreneurs, talking how they perform as being just seasonal and having the income coming in during one or two seasons throughout the year. Well, without any further ado, I would love to introduce our director of SBDC. Lisa has been here for going on 2.5 years?
Probably a little longer.
3 years?
Yeah.
How time flies.
Yeah.
And she has some exciting news. Normally you don't have SBDCs located on a college campus. We were very fortunate to have the SBDC that really covers Lorain County be located right here on our campus, and I think that I've heard some rumor that she has some exciting news about of our SBDC being expanded. So without any further ado, Lisa, it's all yours.
Thanks. Thank you, everyone. I'm really excited to be here today. I think most of you know me, and a lot of you have worked with the SBDC. So you're going to have to forgive my PowerPoint because I'm not really great with the PowerPoint, so it's really basic. But for those of you who don't know what SBDCs are, we are funded through the Small Business Administration nationally, the state of Ohio, and a host, which in our case is LCCC. So we are your tax dollars hard at work. So 99% of what we do is at no cost to you, the business owner, which is awesome. There are approximately 40 centers through the state of Ohio, and those include specialty centers that work on exporting and government contracting. Oops. So before I talk about what's new, I'm going to talk about historically what we've done. So through our fiscal year ends September 30th. So this is a crazy time for me because I'm getting ready to end my fiscal year. So I don't have all the results for this year. But the last 2 previous years, we have helped more than 40 businesses start. We've helped businesses get almost $11 million in capital infusion. So that includes loans and grants. Had over 2,300 hours of counseling with 420 clients. We've held 126 workshops with 1,500 attendees, helped create over 130 jobs, and retain more than 700. So we've done a lot, and that's all based on client reporting. So that's how we gather our data. And you know, the workshops, we're only required to have 8 a year by the state, but we do a lot of training and workshops, so sometimes we even stop counting. You know, it's like, it's more work to count them. So we're really excited. We love to work with our clients. That's really our bread and butter. And so that's it. We've been honored to receive a couple awards over the last couple years. We received the SBA Service Excellence and Innovation Award in 2014, and last year we received the highest performing SBDC award in the state. So we're pretty excited about what we were able to accomplish, and that's really a testament to the support that LCC gives us. They're a great host. I talked to other SBDC directors, and they struggle to get the support or the financing or the approval to try new things. And I have to say, LCC is awesome. Every day I'm thankful that we're here because they let us try different things, give us the tools and the resources we need to be as innovative as possible. So the exciting news that we have is starting in October, we are going to be servicing Medina County as well as Lorain County. So historically, Medina County was served by the Akron SBDC, but they didn't really do anything actually in Medina County, just basically a client would go there. So we wrote a proposal to start servicing them, and because LCCC has our campus in Brunswick, we're going to be doing kind of replicating our services that we do here, there at the Brunswick campus, as well as the Medina County Economic Development Corporation. So they have been really exciting. So if you know any Medina businesses, let them know about us. We do a lot of fun stuff for them. And the other exciting news we have is we applied for an SBA Portable Assistance Grant. This grant is awarded through nationally by the SBA, the Small Business Administration, and it's to help communities who've been affected by economic downturn. So we wrote a proposal around basically Lorain and Elyria and the downturn of the steel industry. And we were one of 10 grants awarded. So we're going to start really increasing our services both in Lorain and Elyria around displaced workers, as well as businesses affected by the loss of the steel industry. So we're going to be doing more stuff on site. And the purpose of the grant is to really make our services more accessible. So we're going to make videotapes of a lot of our core workshops. We're rebuilding the Lorain County Growth Partnership website, so we'll have another platform that people can have our information. We're going to do some video counseling, which should be interesting, and just do a lot of more things like at the Urban League, at our Lorain campus, so probably at some of the union halls, so just to reach more people with our services. All right, that pretty much, oh, the other thing that we're going to be able to do, oops, I don't know where we also are going to have, so we offer here at the college a leadership series customized to large employers. And the training tends to be very expensive and not always accessible to small business owners. We are going to offer that to displaced workers as well as historically underserved populations to have access to that same high quality customized training. And we'll probably do that through Ohio Means Jobs and the Urban League. So we're really excited about that leadership series. So some of the things that we're doing in 2017 is we're bringing in more increased expert counselors. Those include around finance, patent process improvement. We are continuing our nonprofit initiatives. So for those of you who don't know, for the last 3 years, with the support of the local foundations, we've had a nonprofit initiative that included both a small group of nonprofit leaders that received leadership and business acumen training, as well as hosting large speaker events. We just had our last one yesterday around fraud and financial controls for nonprofit leaders. And then we also started this year a networking group similar to this, but focused on nonprofit leaders that meets once a month. So we'll continue that nonprofit initiative. This year we are partnering with Bad Girl Ventures. And Bad Girl Ventures, for those of you who aren't familiar with them, it's an Ohio-based, it's in several cities, and they take cohorts of women entrepreneurs, and they go through a series of training classes, and then they can compete for low-cost loans. And they have been around several years in Cleveland, but starting this year, tonight actually, we're going to be providing the training for those entrepreneurs. And it's really a nice way to highlight Lorain County and Medina County and attract more women business owners to our space and to our counties. So I think that's going to be a really good opportunity. And if there's any women business owners that might be interested in that program, we're really hoping that the next session is going to be hosted here. So we haven't confirmed that, but hopefully it is. But it's a really good program. Some of our other program that we're doing right now is marketing office hours. So one of the things our clients really have told us is that they need help with marketing, social media, and just marketing in general. So we have a marketing expert that comes in twice a month and has an hour sessions, and that her counseling is always at no cost. And we purchased a software program that creates different mobile, this is not my wheelhouse of expertise, so, but different mobile marketing stuff. So I think like one's like a mobile landing page, one is a way to promote events and products on mobile. And so you can meet with the marketing expert at no cost, and then if you decide that one of those mobile tools is a good way for you to go, you can get created for $5. So, and there's 3 different options. So worst case scenario, you would walk away with a marketing plan and $15. So we really try to keep our services affordable. Like I said, our counseling is always at no cost. And then depending on some of the other sidebars, it's very low cost. So it's twice a month. So, and we try to do it around FEBE. So today, the session is before the evening FEBE, and then we do one after a morning FEBE, so twice a month. And so if you're interested in that, you sign up through us, and it's been very popular, and she's been booked up pretty solid. So we don't have our October dates yet, but if you're interested, just let me know. Wake Up Call is that nonprofit networking session that I mentioned. E-Cubed is a 6-week series, and I'm just seeing no one here has gone through it, but several FEBE attendees have gone through it. It's a 6-week series, and it's the first week is around the business model canvas. The second week is, so the first week you learn about it, do examples. The second week, we actually do yours, and so at the end of that second week, you have a completed business model canvas. Week 3 is learning about startup costs and financial projections, which I can tell you is usually the week people don't like the most because people don't like to do the financial part of their business. And then week 4 is we do your financial projections and your startup cost worksheet. And we also throw in, that's the week we also cover marketing stuff. And then week 5 is accounting and record keeping. So you really learn about what your business should be doing. And then finally, week 6, we get you set up on whatever accounting system you're going to use. So that could be something as easy as an Excel spreadsheet. It could be QuickBooks or Wave accounting system. There's all kind of process, but we get you set up and ready to go. So hopefully by the end of those 6 weeks, you're pretty much ready to start taking customers and growing your business. So we offer that at least quarterly. The last one, this one we're running right now is here, but we also run it at Urban League, El Centro. We did a mini session at Oberlin Community Services. So we try to get out and reach as many people as possible. And the newest edition is Get Shelf Made. This is a 4-week series. It's a national program, and one of my advisors, Beth Gantz, is the only person certified to deliver it in the state of Ohio. And it's geared toward mainly food products, but if you know someone or if you yourself has a food product, or it could be something like a soap products, things like that, and you're interested in getting on store shelves, this program is for you. It really goes over branding, how you reach out to grocers and stores. Heinen's is doing a piece of it with us. And the nice thing about it is after the 4 weeks is done, you have access to 6 months of online support. So that's a really good program. We're excited to bring it because we work with a lot of people who have ideas around food products. And then the nice thing too is because we have the experts in exporting, food products are really big in the export business. We actually helped someone who just had a barbecue sauce. And he just kind of did it. He was in a couple local grocers, and now he's exporting internationally because we connected him with the export. So sauces particularly are huge in the export world. Who would have known, right? I do. No. Yeah, and that's the other thing. Everything we do is confidential. Unless a client specifically allows us to say that they're working with us, everything is confidential. We don't even other areas of the college doesn't have access to our system, and so everything is very, very confidential. Mm-hmm. So that's some of our programming. Some of the tools that we use, Growth Wheel, which some of you might have been through like the mini session we did with Growth Wheel, but it's really a strategic planning tool. And I hate to say that because some people think strategic plan, it's going to be like a 500-page document, 5-year plan on the shelf. This is not what it's about. It's really about setting priorities and taking action, and we focus on a 30, 60, 90-day action plan, because what happens as a business owner, and you guys all know this, is you have so many balls in the air and worried about so many different aspects that sometimes you get so wrapped up in the day-to-day and you don't step back and think bigger picture, and it really helps you set your priorities and you can't do it wrong, because if you just pick one area of your business and do something, you're going to be better off than doing nothing and just responding to the day-to-day crises. So we like Growth Wheel. IBIS World is market research. So for those of you who were here about when Lorain did the section about market research, really understanding your market. And I see a lot of people who are either starting new businesses or are having a new product or a new service for their existing business, and they don't do their market research. And then they wonder why it doesn't succeed. So IBIS World is really in-depth industry reports. It comes free with the E-Cubed class, but it's very detailed industry information. And then FinTel is a financial benchmarking tool. So we use this a couple ways. One, if you're starting a business, we can kind of give you some typical financial margins and benchmarking around your industry. And if you're an existing business, we can take your financials, pop them in there. It'll do a comparison report about similar industries, and we can narrow it down by, state, county, tri-state, and it'll let you know how you're doing compared to other people in your industry. And so that's really good, like if you know that you need to lower your costs, well, it'll pinpoint that you're paying way too much on payroll, or your cost of goods is way too high. Or it might tell you you're doing really well, So some industries, it gives better information because it's all based on information that users put in. So sometimes people want, I just want, I don't know, manufacturer in Lorain County. Well, sometimes there's just not enough data in there and we have to spread it out. But it's a really good tool to give you some basic financial information. Because sometimes you think you're doing pretty well, but how do you know if you don't have anything to compare it to? So we have some really good tools. Those are just some of the basic tools. The other thing, we use Constant Contact to reach out to our clients. And if, as an SBDC client, you can use Constant Contact and you get a 25% discount on the pricing. So if any of you are interested in an email marketing tool, you can get a discount through the SBDC. We have several sponsors who we love. So Talmer Bank is one of our sponsors. They've been very supportive from the very beginning, and Comstar Credit Union. because a lot of the clients that we work with are looking for some kind of funding, having banking partners is really important. And then Pellicor Communications, which a lot of you might know, Carol Pelliclub comes here pretty regular. She is also one of our sponsors. And it's just great because they're good resources for businesses. By no means are these the only lending partners that we use, but they really try to support us in our programming. And I think that's it. I feel like I talked really fast. So does anybody have any questions about the SBDC or just business questions in general and what we do or some of our services?